everyone. This is the Popcorn Heroes review of HBO's Insecure Season 4 finale. It is officially done. Season 4 of the series. There it goes. I am Armando. With me today is Mike.
Hey.
Back for the first time.
You know it.
There we go. And God's Plan, Orlando.
Yo.
What's up? Alright, gents. Season 4 of Insecure is done.
It's
and
over.
This is our discussion about it. As always, this is spoilers-tastic review of the episode and of the season in general. So let's put all that shit in one bag, you know? So let's start off. What do you guys think about the finale?
It's let's just want to jump into the biggest thing about the finale, obviously.
Yeah, man, let's just go into it, man.
Yeah, man. So Condola's pregnant, and so there was theories that she was pregnant because, like, I think the episode where like she was blowing up his phone, a lot of Insecure fans were just like, "Oh, like she's pregnant." So it's funny that like that happened.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I didn't see it coming.
No, I ain't see it coming.
That's one big trope. So something that we all liked about Insecure is that they didn't have tropes, and the pregnancy is a trope to me, at least.
Oh no,
So
for sure.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that coming.
The pregnant ex is a trope?
Yeah, or just the girlfriend getting pregnant and whatever.
It's
But
very
it's not the girlfriend, it's the ex.
It's very soap drama-y trope.
Yeah,
Mhm.
a lot of series use it. So I didn't expect that from Insecure, I guess. But I guess that's why it was unexpected. I mean, it's I don't know why Issa took it such the wrong way. I think that's kind of what threw me off, and just like, yeah, they're not together. Who cares if she's pregnant? You know?
Well, I guess because it still throws a wrench in their dynamic. Like,
Yeah.
you're having a baby with somebody else, so like your time is gonna be divided, and then also like this isn't just some guy she's dating. This is a guy she's dated for like 5 years. So like, like what does that mean? Like, obviously, like marriage and kids were thoughts that probably ran through her mind in their relationship at first, like in the beginning of their relationship, like their first relationship when they first had it. So the second go around is like a continuation of that. So I'm sure she's always thought about the future with Lawrence. And now that throws a wrench into the future, we're like, okay, well, how does our family dynamic look like? So it does matter. Like it throws a wrench into like their relationship and everything that comes with that in the future.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big life change. Any life changes kind of can throw a wrench into a relationship. But I guess it's more of a selfish thing because she feels like, oh, now his time is going to be more divided. This is a moment. I mean, she did picture them having kids together, so that's something she feels is now robbed from her of them having their first child together or whatever.
Yeah, I agree with Mike. I think it's a selfish mentality.
Yeah.
Because only because he's having a kid with somebody else doesn't mean anything. Like, that relationship was over. He chose you, and fucking she ended up being pregnant. But who cares? Like, you could still be with this guy. Him having to kill someone else doesn't really affect anything. It doesn't really affect you. You just you're a stepmom now.
I disagree. It affects everything. Like, it literally affects everything.
I don't think it does.
You have a kid, right? You have a kid. Doesn't that affect your dating life?
Yeah, because I have a kid already, but they're dating before the kid ever comes, and they've known each other for 5 years before that, so that shouldn't fucking matter.
I think
what matters is that, hey, do you look? Go ahead.
I think you guys are saying the same thing. I mean, it doesn't affect how they feel about each other. Like, they're still going to be Issa, they're still going to be Lawrence, but the dynamic of their relationship does kind of change with a whole new wrinkle in it. But I mean, it's nothing they can't get. If they can get past Issa cheating, they can get past Lawrence having a kid.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah,
I agree with that point.
yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know. I just didn't really like her reaction to it. Like, oh man, this is over type of thing. Like,
Well,
I don't know,
that's a reasonable fear. Like, there's always a fear of like, well, I have a kid with this other person. I might want to go work this out with them because I want family to stay intact. Like,
yeah, but he never said that though.
he never said that, but that is something that people do though. That is something that like,
For sure.
that
But
people
he never said that.
right.
That's
but
what I'm saying.
I know you're not saying that, but she assumed it before he said it. So initially her assumption was like, oh, that means you're gonna work it out with Condola because you're having a baby with her. Because that's not a logical sense, but it is something that happens. It is a possibility. So she assumed that that's what it meant. That's one of the outlets that you can go to.
I think that is a reasonable assumption.
Right. It's a reasonable assumption to assume that, well, if you're having a baby with someone, you might want to go work it out with them.
Yeah.
So it's not like, wow. It's the same thing where even when Lawrence found out, he was kind of like shocked and he looked kind of pissed. He looked kind of pissed. So it's the same thing of like, shit, this is my baby. Fuck, like this throws a wrench into like what I'm doing. Like I'm back with Issa. I might move to like San Fran. Like that literally derails like a lot of his like how he visualized the future.
So how do you guys feel about his reaction then? Especially him, like, first him asking, is it mine?
Her face was like, yo, you fucking kidding me? Like, her face was like, don't make me don't make me yell at you. Like,
yeah, I feel that's a reasonable question, though. Because it is. If you think about it, they've been broken up for a while now. So it's kind of like, yeah, is it mine? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what you did after me or if it was that serious for you, like. So it's. I think it is a reasonable question to ask somebody.
Well, I also think that
especially
we don't know
if it's not expected.
I also think that we don't know enough of their like dynamics, nor do we know Condola really, really much. Like the way she looked at him was just like, nigga, you think I'm out here like just rotating men? Like that was like her face. Like, oh, you think I just have a doorway of just men coming in and out? Like, nah, you the last nigga I fucked. That's why I'm at your house right now. Like it was as short can be. And I think it's just something that we don't know because we don't know like her dynamic and how she is as a person, nor do we know the severity of the relationship. Because it seemed like it was serious, but it also seemed like it wasn't serious. So, but I don't know. Like, it depends on the people. It depends on the person I'm dating or the person that I broke up with. If I know them and I know like they weren't that type of person, I wouldn't ask them that question. And the way Condola looked was just like, yo, I'm not that kind of person. So why the fuck are you asking me this?
Nigga, because we not together. That's why I'm asking you this shit. You out here fucking? How are you not out here fucking? What the fuck? I mean, to me, I get both sides. I think it's a completely reasonable question to ask to someone you haven't been with, especially if you've moved on to another situation. Because there are a lot of cases where people just bring up bullshit or lie or whatever. It might not be yours. You never know. But the other side, I think just women, and I hate to generalize, but whatever. Women in general just feel that that's what you're doing when you ask that question. That you're pretty much saying they're just a hoe.
Yeah.
And no,
it has nothing to do with that.
It has nothing to do with you. Like you're allowed to fuck wherever you want.
Yeah.
And more power to you. But are you sure that I am the creator of that being that you have inside of you right now? Like, it's a reasonable question. Like, I don't know what you've been doing after me. Like, what happens? Let's say you were so broken up and you went to fuck somebody else and you fucked up there like a day or two after we broke up. So I don't know that. I don't know your situation. I'm not saying that you're a hoe. That has nothing to do with that. It's just all I'm saying is that, are you sure it's
choose a hoe? That's exactly what you're saying. No, that's not what he's saying at all. I agree.
I don't know your situation. I don't know what you do with your life. Like as soon as we were over, that's it. Like in my head, you're gone from me. But now we understand why she was hitting him up and why she wanted to have a conversation with him before he hooked up with Issa.
No, you think she's known that long?
Yeah.
I think she suspected it. I mean, all women suspect it, dude. Like they know. Oh shit, my period isn't here when it's supposed to be here.
True.
Damn, something's not right. And then if it still doesn't come after a few weeks, you're like, oh man, something's definitely not right. So I think
could have been
a conversation she wanted to have.
It could have been something she was aware of, but not 100%. And so then I'm wondering, like, because obviously they did speak before that, so Lawrence must have spoke first and be like, hey, I have some news. I'm back with Issa. And then, you know, like, oh, what do you have to tell me? And she's like, okay, nothing. And then I guess when she confirmed she was pregnant, she was like, nah, I gotta tell this dude what's up. So I agree. I think that she had an inclination that she was pregnant, but she didn't want to like say anything because obviously like she knew that Lawrence was kind of like moved on. So there was like no point into bringing it up, especially if she wasn't sure. But the minute she was sure, she was like, nah, I need to tell you what's up. And she told him like, I'm just letting you know. Like, I'm keeping it. I'm letting you know. And you don't have to be involved if you don't want to be involved.
Bullshit.
I always feel that, like, that is...
A lie?
That is a lie, but it's just like, how do you not want the father of your kids not be involved, you know?
I mean...
And then the minute he's not involved, is that a problem? Like...
It would be. He gonna be a deadbeat. He gonna be ain't shit. Anytime somebody says that, you say, all right, fine. Then you're the worst person in the world, even though you gave the guy the option.
My thing here is that Condola is a strong woman, and she's independent. So I don't think she needs Lawrence for anything. So when she said that, it's the typical trope again, like, oh, not this shit again. But coming from her, I took it more as like, yo, you could be in it or you're not. Like, I don't need you.
I mean,
you know?
that's possible. Well, that's possible. She might not need Lawrence like in a financial way. I mean, I think at the end of the day,
she needs Lawrence in general, to be honest.
Right. It maybe so, but I think in general, when it comes to like, first, like, this is like you just found out, like, your thoughts now might not be your thoughts the minute your baby is born, like the minute you see your child. Who the fuck knows? He or she might look like Lawrence, like walking around and shit. You get reminded that this nigga's not around, like,
yeah.
It's one of those things where like you say it now, but then the minute it happens, it's just like, all right, where you at? Or you might want like the father to be involved in the sense of like, hey, I want them to know that you're their dad and that you're there for them. Like, I don't need you, but it's not about me. It's about the kid.
I think you also gotta think about how deeply does she like or quote unquote love Lawrence.
But
so. Like, yeah, because if you think about it, like, let's say if she really liked him, maybe she would want him to be part of the life of the child and like be involved because she wants to see him. Or if she didn't really care for him, I don't think it's anything of a big deal. Like, I don't like. I think the moment the kid is born, I think she women become more like, this is mine, this is my kid. So I don't think they, especially her, like, she's an independent woman. I don't think she needs or wants Lauren around, and she's just kind of like giving him a heads up of like, hey, if you want to help and be around, like, you're allowed to, you're free to do it. But in the end, I don't need you.
But that's the thing.
I'm not for you to be around, but because of the child. But I don't need you in any aspect. So. Right. When she was saying that, that's what I took it. I was like, oh, yeah, of course, you want the dad to know the child to know the dad, and to have a relationship. But in the end, Condola doesn't need any of that. She's such a strong, independent person that she doesn't need him.
Right, and I took it as something like you're saying it prematurely until it's not really like. I took it as like, yeah, like you might be right, but I also thought of it like you might want them to have a dynamic, even though if you don't need him, you might want your son or your daughter to need him. So that's how I saw it. Like, you're saying it now, but when this baby's here, you might change your tune.
There's no might. Yeah, she's definitely gonna change her tune. No one's gonna, because at some point the child, if he says no, at some point the child is gonna ask about the father, and then you're gonna be like, damn, I wish he was part of the child's life. I wish he had gotten to know. I wish he wanted to be more involved.
Right. And it has nothing to do about her liking him or her like needing him in any way. It's just like, this is your kid, dude. Like you should be the dad. Like, you should be around. And I think it's like I said, it's one of those things that you say now, but I think when the kid is there, you just possibly want that like dynamic. And it has nothing to do with you or if you're feeling towards like the father, just the fact that like, you know, you want your kid to know the father. That's it.
I don't think this is anything that holds back Lawrence, to be honest with you, either. I mean, if he wants to be involved, he could be involved. I mean, he could still be involved and work in San Fran and be with Issa. Like, I don't think none of that. Him having a child, I don't think throws a wrench in the plan. I think the plan could keep going. The only thing is that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
No, I already forgot. Go ahead.
I already forgot, nigga.
It can work out, and he could continue living his life. It's just like it depends on his consciousness in terms of like how present do you want to be in this kid's life, and does that weigh on you or not? You know, like we don't know Lawrence's like ideology when it comes to family and how he perceives like family dynamics, but the way that they so far have him as a character, it doesn't seem like he wants to be like an absent father or like a weekend father. He seems like he wants to be as involved as Condola. Like at least of the way his character is, like at least when we see him, his character, you know, like he seems like he's responsible. He owns up to his shit. So I don't see him moving. I see him moving to San Fran maybe for a bit, but not for much. I actually don't see that happening, honestly. Next year, I see him staying where the job he's at now. Him and Issa are still working it out, and then he's present for the baby. That's it. I just don't see that happening to his character.
I don't know. I think he would move. I mean, it's still possible to be in San Fran. That's not that far that you wouldn't be able to see your child.
You're right. It's not that far.
Enough.
You're right. Definitely, it's not that far. It's only like 4 hours away. So, flight. So yeah, you're right. He could move. You're absolutely right. He could do that.
I don't see Issa getting over that though. She seems I was talking to a girl at work who was agreed with Issa's reaction, and it's all like I said, just feeling that all right, there are always going to be this moment and all these other moments that he's going to be experiencing with someone that's not you, and that's always going to be in the back of your head. Instead of focusing on what we need to do to progress our relationship and how we can move forward with this new event that's happening, it's really just, am I going to be okay with this? Am I going to be okay with us not watching our kid have their first steps or their first meal or their first this and that? And if that stuff is always in the back of your head, you're never going to be able to focus on the relationship.
I don't know, man. I for like in my eyes for Issa, I think it's irrelevant, all that shit, you know, because for me it's like for her the situation is Lawrence gonna be with trying to work it out with Condola? If he is, all right, then that's a problem for you, obviously. But if he doesn't, then who gives a fuck? Like, he has a kid with somebody else now. If he's gonna be involved, and you know what, you are now the stepmother, you're gonna have to be involved too. I mean, I don't think it'll be like her involvement should be as much as she was involved with her friend and her friend's pregnancy shit, you know, and how they, you know, helped her out or whatever every once in a while. So I think Issa, for her, her involvement goes as far as Lawrence's involvement is if she wants to stay with him or be with him. I don't think it's an issue, to be honest with you. I was kind of surprised that she took it that way. Took it that hard. I mean, I thought she was gonna be a little bit more flexible with it, especially now that she's back with Lawrence. I mean, like, I don't know. For me, I don't see the big hang up, essentially.
I think maybe you don't see the hang up because you have a kid.
Yeah, I think so.
You have a kid, so you're just like, this is the life I have. Either get with it or don't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have a kid, so so if any girl was just like, oh, what about like me or anything, like, this is I could still give you attention, I could still be with you, Just know that it doesn't really affect anything because this is my kid. This is what I gotta do. So like I think you're looking at it through that lens, which is objectively so. But when you don't have kids and somebody you're with has a kid, it's a big that you're not planned for it. It's a big deal. So I think in a way like you're looking at it through your lens of like I have a kid and I'm dating and stuff like that, and it's not a big deal. And if girls make a big deal about it, what's the big deal? Like I'm still here, we can still go out. So I think you're seeing it because it's your situation. You lived insecure, basically.
I'm insecure.
You're Lawrence, basically.
No, but I don't know. I think it's a different dynamic because the thing is that I already have a child and that child exists in the world. So if someone wants to get involved with me or date me, my kid is a future step in our relationship, right? So this is a different dynamic. Like someone new meeting me or someone coming into my life the way it is. It's either, like you said, you either get with it or you don't. But for Issa and Lawrence, they've already been together for some time. They know each other, and they're starting up their relationship again. And it just so happens that his ex is pregnant now. Like that has nothing to do with your relationship. Like your relationship has already been, like Mike said, it's been through the cheating. Like you guys could get over this shit easily. Like it's just a kid, and you could be involved. It all depends on him. Like first of all, is he gonna work it out with Condola? If he isn't, that's it. That's all you need to worry about. Now, part two is that are you okay being a step parent? Are you okay being involved in being part of someone else's child's life? You know what I'm saying? And for her, I think that should be the hang up, not between her and Lawrence. Like between her and Lawrence, just if shit's good, they'll continue to be good as long as you guys are okay. I don't see the whole big yeah, you should. I would be surprised too, but I don't think it should affect the relationship. The relationship is what it is, and that's it.
But like you said,
and when it comes to sharing moments, like that's again, I think we had this conversation. Like that's a selfish thing to say because someone can have a kid and also pay attention to their partner, and in the end, you will never like if he's not even with Condola, so it doesn't matter. His attention always gonna be on you. Unless the kid is there with you. So, and when the kid is there with you, then of course you need to understand, yeah, the kid is more important than fucking you. So, I just think it's an idiotic thing to think. Like, let's say he only has the baby on the weekends. Yeah, he has Lawrence has your attention on you Monday through Friday, and then Friday night to Sunday he's with the kid. Like, how's that a bad thing? I don't know. Just I find it to be illogical. Like, you could share. Love can be shared, and people just need to I don't know, just see that if there's a baby around, yeah, of course you both of you should hop on and focus on the child.
Nah, I'll switch sides. Fuck that. I'm with Issa on this one.
I think
if I was dating someone and then we broke up and we were in love or whatever, and then she comes back and we start working shit out, she's like, oh, I'm pregnant from the last nigga. Bitch, you what from who? You gotta go. Nah, there's no way we can't stay together. That's crazy.
I agree with Mike, man. Like it's I'm telling you, Armando, you're seeing it through your lens, and I think it's yeah, being a stepdad is a big deal. Having a kid on the weekend, that is a big deal. Your attention is divided, no matter even if the kid's there or not. Like you're thinking about you making phone calls at night. You're singing to this kid at night. Like your attention is divided, dude. At the end of the day, and our future together is immensely different. We have to merge families now. Like if we have kids, I gotta go. If we have kids, if Lawrence and Issa have kids, right, and they become the brother or sister of Condola's kid, they have to go now for sure. Issa needs to attend Condola's family reunion. They need to attend their birthday parties. You know what I'm saying? They need to attend all of those.
I think you guys making it too much of a big deal.
It's not, dude. It's not couples
who get together who have kids from other people and then they have kids. It's it's not a big deal. I mean,
you don't view
yes,
you don't view as a big
stuff like that, but I don't know. It's
you
not
don't
a big
view it as a
deal.
big deal because I think it's your life, and so you want to sell it. You want to sell like, hey, this is not a big
I'm
deal.
not selling it because the thing is that even before I had my kid, like I could have gotten with somebody who was pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the point.
Nigga,
It's
what?
just
Who was
because of it.
pregnant?
Yeah, dude.
Not
Yeah,
who had
I
a
don't
kid,
care.
but someone who was currently pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh, you done lost your
I
goddamn
could have started
mind.
talking to somebody. I could have. No, because in the end, what matters is the person. Like, if I like the person, then
See,
yeah,
you're
I don't
looking at
mind
it-
jumping onto that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, I think you guys are overcomplicating something that's fairly simple.
I think
know?
you're
Like, you either wanna be with
oversimplifying it.
that person. No,
Yeah,
it's
I
either you want to
agree.
be with that person or not. And that's
Yeah,
it,
you're
dude.
looking at it
Bro,
from the lens of, well, if I'm in love with you and you're in love with me, then nothing can stop us.
Yo,
Okay, in an ideal world, yes, love
Yeah,
conquers
what's-
all, but this is the real
yeah.
fucking world. Love doesn't conquer
what's
all.
that song? What's love got to do? To
Yeah.
do with it? Yo, when you're in a relationship, there's more factors in love. Like, let's be real. Like,
Yeah.
out of us,
Yes,
through,
that is absolutely true. But if you want to be with somebody, you guys could work out through all the bullshit. This
That's
Condola having a
idealistic,
kid
man.
has nothing to do with anything.
does.
bro, get
I don't think it's
get
a
into
big
something. Get into something real, and let's see what if love conquers all.
Nah, man.
What I'm saying is that you're right. Love is not a solve all be all. But what I'm saying is that if you want to be with somebody, things will work out. Like you could work things out, and it's not. I don't see it as such a detriment to the relationship that, oh, you having a kid, oh shit, fuck this, no, wait, this is all, no, dude, like if you want to be with somebody, you find a way to work it out. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll find some way to, all
man.
right, cool, let's
Mike,
what are we gonna do about
Mike, call
this?
your
What's the game
exes.
plan, you know?
Call your exes. Tell them Amalu said y'all can work it out. Call your ex. Call
Ain't
her
no
right
way.
now after the podcast. Yo, babe, Amalu said we
the
can work it
difference
they're
is
out.
pregnant?
Mike didn't want to work out that relationship. I mean, if relationship was good, Mike would still be there.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with the relationship
All right,
or the
but
kid.
if
the
she
kid
was
is nothing to do with
pregnant with
anything.
someone else's baby, if she had a kid and we get back together, that's one thing. I think it's worse if the person is pregnant while you get back with the person. That's crazy.
Yeah. Cause like it's so early that like we don't gotta be together. Fuck this. Like we just started back up again. I'll get used to
All
not
right,
being
all right,
with you
Orlando,
again.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. What if Christine comes to you right now and tells you she's pregnant?
Oh,
Yo, let's
shit.
not
Would
bring
you get
in.
back with her?
Let's not bring
No,
in. Let's not bring in.
It's as simple
Yo,
as that.
this
Would you
is
get back with her? There you go. Paulo, you see what he's doing right now? He will work it out. It's not that hard, dude. If you want to be with somebody, you're gonna work that shit out.
Orlando working
Because
that
you
shit
wanna be
out.
with
He
that
talking
person.
shit. Orlando right back in there. What the
It's-
fuck?
It's as simple as that, dude. Someone having a kid, the kid has nothing to do with someone's life, dude. You either you want to participate or be part of the life, or you don't, and that's
Look,
it, dude.
this is my view. This is my view. Aside from personal life, we're not. But this is my
You
view.
gotta
My
relate
view
to your
with
personal
kids.
life. Come on, you didn't even answer the question. You say yeah.
Nah, listen to
No,
my view.
he is gonna work it out. His fucking reaction right now means he's gonna work it
Yeah,
out.
he gonna
So
work
you
it out.
completely nullified anything you said,
Yeah.
and you agree with me. So get the fuck out of here.
Nah,
dude.
this is my thing. If I have a kid with someone, right? This is my thing. Even if it doesn't work out or not, my rule about kids, at least my right now, since it's hypothetical, I don't want kids with somebody else. If I have one kid with somebody, regardless if that relationship works out or not, I don't want any more kids.
All right, that's fine.
But that could be a problem with the person the new person I'm seeing. So me personally, for example, let's say my ex is having a kid, and I'm with somebody else. We might not be able to work it out or get back together, but I'm for sure also not having kids with that new person. I already
Okay.
have my kid. It's
That's
his kid,
fine.
and that's it.
Yeah,
But it's not
that's
fine
fine.
because that other person might not be cool with it. That's
All right.
my personal.
All right, cool. If that other person is not cool with it, then that relationship is over. That's it,
Right.
dude. It's done. But if the person doesn't care, then it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But that's the thing. Like you want them to not
Then the
care,
relationship
but
is gonna
those
work
things
out.
matter.
but as I'm saying, like the questions here are: if she's willing to work things
Yeah,
out,
man.
yes. If she's not willing to work things out, move on. That's it, dude. It's simple as that.
Damn,
So,
you would take her back,
the kid
Orlando?
does not
That's
complicate
crazy.
anything.
I can't believe you. You'll take her back. You'll get with somebody who's
Yo,
pregnant.
We ain't talking about me. We're talking about Insecure. Let's go back to the show.
You always want to talk about my shit. Now we on your shit.
I'm talking about.
You want to stay quiet, right? It's okay.
I don't think it's complicated, dude. If you want to be with that person, then you talk to the person, you work it out, and that's it, dude. The kid doesn't complicate anything. If you want to be part of that person's life, then you're gonna know, oh, that kid is part of that person's life now.
Yes,
that's it, dude. It's either you accept it or you don't.
Yes, Orlando. It doesn't matter. You still love her. That's all that's important, right?
All right. Yeah, I guess we're at a agree to disagree standstill. So
for sure,
definitely.
So let's keep it going. So how do you guys feel about the episode, apart from the big surprise thing that happened?
I thought it was a pretty good finale. What happened in it? Oh, they finally. I at this point I didn't think they were gonna do it anymore, but they finally showed. Damn, what's the girl's name? Tiffany? No, Kelly. Tiffany.
Remember, Kelly according to Mondo is a fat one.
Oh, Kelly's the fat Kelly. Got it.
See, man, I told you, man.
Yeah, they finally ended that little plot line that I don't think they ever really overtly advertised it, but you had a feeling that there was something going on. I just feel like I didn't feel like they went deep enough into the topic. I felt like it was very, very surface. Her was it postpartum? Right. It was postpartum, right? Is what she was going through?
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah.
But it kind of made it feel like, okay, him hugging her solved all her postpartum depression that she was going through, and she'll be better from now on, which is not how that shit works at all. And what else happened? Well, actually, I don't want to skip past that part. How'd you guys feel about that storyline?
Yeah, definitely glossed over it.
I was expecting more, because I think they do a really. Actually, no. Maybe they don't do that good of a job of touching on topics. Because I'm thinking of the Nathan thing now. It was the same shit.
Nathan was glossed over too.
And Nathan said, "Yeah, I'm bipolar." Oh, for real? Damn, that's crazy. And then they moved on.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And I thought, well, actually, I was hoping they didn't, because I thought they were gonna do the whole. Just while they were doing that storyline, they're going to do the whole Black Lives Matter, police versus black people abusing.
Yeah.
On the...
That part was funny, though.
It was funny. Kelly's hilarious.
Oh, I don't want any part of this shit. You guys keep going. Go on. Get out of here.
Not me.
Ain't going to happen to me today.
Which is what I would think most cops would feel like once somebody pulls out a camera. But that's never the case.
That's exactly true.
That's never the case.
That should be real life right there. Like, oh man, I don't want to. Ain't a part of this shit.
Yeah, I see they got cameras. Man. Nah, everybody get out. Everybody go home.
I don't want any smoke.
Discord. This ends right here.
Well, I think the show was obviously filmed. I think they even showed a memorial of Kobe. So I guess like a final, or maybe that's was just like scenes that they put in later on. But the show is probably filmed before all of this stuff was going on. So
yeah, definitely.
I don't think it had much. I think that's why I didn't have much to say on that topic. Maybe next season it might. Yeah, because this one kind of played off a little bit as a joke, which is fine. Like those situations definitely happen like that. There are things that just go out. There are situations obviously that things go end calmly. So
yeah.
But I agree. I think both subjects on mental health, because they're both mental health subjects, were super glossed over. It kind of does a disservice to the show, honestly, because it's just like, especially when you have like two prominent like black characters and they're going to like mental health issues, which is not really like seen that much in shows. It would have been good to dive in, but they literally picked like the smallest characters to have these problems. So definitely maybe next season they can do like a one-off episode of each character, and maybe they could show like their struggle with postpartum, their struggle with the bipolar. Like they had episodes that were like single Molly episodes, single Lawrence episodes. If they're gonna start bringing these minor characters into the fold, and like as if like they matter to like the overall arching story, then you have to flesh them out in terms of like character arcs, and in terms of personality. You have to make them fully realized, because right now they're not. They're like they're like above extras at this point. Especially Tiffany. Tiffany is hardly in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're doing both of those characters a disservice. And Nathan also, he's more in the show than Tiffany, but still not that much. Like, literally all you know about Nathan is that he's a barber and he likes Issa. That's it. You don't know anything else about him. So
Nothing.
like those two characters, like their lives.
He moved from Texas, right? That's the other thing.
I don't remember where he
from
moved
Texas.
from. That's,
I think he might
He
be.
came from Austin or Houston.
Yeah.
Right.
Say that.
I think you're
He
right.
moved to Cali.
yeah, but if you're gonna make these characters, like, if you're gonna give them such a big like thing to hold, like a big weight of like mental health, like at least display it. And you don't have to do it like a one episode like I suggested, but like have that, like let them show them going through those trials and tribulations, because like their life does not revolve around Issa and Molly, because
And still working on those issues too.
right, yeah, because currently
Not
like
show like get better from the next day over. You know, like have them consistently still working on it.
yeah, because currently it's their lives, as we know, Tiffany's life revolves around her daughter, but most of the time we only see when Issa's around. So as much as we know, like their lives revolve around Issa and Molly, and that's not fair to those characters, especially when you're not that you have to show black mental health issues, but it's definitely a subject that's worth talking about. So,
Yeah.
I agree with that for sure. And then after that, they we had Molly and her agent Bay
Andrew,
maybe kind of calling it quits. What do you guys think?
Yeah, they called it quits, man. Molly ain't shit. Good riddance. Everything he was saying was so true. He pretty much just does whatever she wants, whenever she wants, how she wants, and it's never ever reciprocated. So then, what's the
Very
purpose? What is he get? What is he getting out of this relationship other than to follow Molly around?
Yeah, he was right to call her out on those things for sure. Especially if we've seen it throughout the season, that kind of those little small things that Molly's been doing. And he actually gave in a lot to her, because if you remember when they first started dating, he didn't want to talk about anything about himself.
Yeah,
And then Molly called him up like, "Yo, like, what's going on here? You're not doing shit here. You're not allowing this to go anywhere." And then he gave in, and he, opened up, and things got better between them. So you kind of see it throughout the season that he's actually been giving a lot, and he hasn't gotten much from Molly,
yeah.
other than that trip. But then after the trip, she kind of just,
yeah,
stopped.
in a way though, he kind of enables that behavior, because he's silent on it. He doesn't talk about it. I mean, he talked about it now, but who knows how long they've been together already and how many instances they had of that. But she was already so used to it. Like, even when she brought the whole Andrew thing up, the whole Andrew's brother thing, she was like, "Oh, we still talking about this? Like, isn't this over? Like, didn't I tell you, like, I'm not cool with him or whatever?" It's just like she got so used to him being silent, that the minute he spoke, it was like a problem. Like, she was kind of taken back, like, "Oh, you talking now?
Yeah.
you got issues you want to bring up? Like, what are you talking about? Aren't we good? Like, we should
That's
be
true
good."
too. That's true too.
And that's just miscommunication. Like, he has, as bad as Molly is in reading like the signs, he's just as bad as not speaking about them. Because at the end of the day, like,
You shouldn't have
You're
to.
not-
You shouldn't have to tell somebody they're being a shitty person. They should know they're being a shitty person. It's
not
not his
everyone has that
about
responsibility
it.
to make her a better person. She should be just a good person.
No, but at the end of the day as well, it's just like she doesn't have the self-awareness that not most people have, but just she doesn't have that self-awareness. So if you're gonna allow her to continue being unaware of it, it's your problem too. Like, at this point, it's like your fault as well. Like, if you're not gonna speak up about it, and you're gonna let her do what she wants, and then she's shocked when you speak up about it, that's your problem. That's your fault. Like, that's miscommunication. Like, it is. I'm not saying it's entirely Andrew's fault, but he could have put his foot down every so often. So then that way, when he does it, it's not a shock. You know? Because eventually,
right.
like, you put your foot down little by little, so then when that shit happens again, you're not gonna be like, what the fuck? You know, like
we've had this conversation already. Type of
yeah,
thing.
exactly. Like, nah, you know what? I'm not gonna chill with your coworkers. If he did that for like every so often, like, I'm just gonna stay here and chill, and she'd be like, oh, okay, and she gets into her titsy fit, and that's it. Like, you get used to it. Eventually, you get used to patterns, and you get used to routine and how people are. Like, you can condition people to get used to rejection, but if they're not used to rejection, and then you reject them after like, I don't know, months, they're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? They never seen this side. So at that point, it's your fault.
I do agree with you that they needed to have more conversations for sure.
Yeah.
Because like you said, he was very silent. Like when there was something happening he didn't like, he was just kind of like, okay, and then he'll just go with it. Like the time when she bought the food that he didn't want, and he didn't say anything. He was just kind of like, all right, fuck it, you did it, so let's just eat it.
And if he,
I do agree with you that, but they both need to communicate though, because they both didn't communicate. You know,
it's definitely a miscommunication issue. But Molly is just so selfish, and she's
self-centered. I would say
very self-centered. She doesn't see it any way but hers. I don't know if they're gonna be broken up. It looks like it, but I've been saying that he's endgame for like this season.
I don't know why.
I just thought so. The way like Issa as a writer is, I just thought that she was gonna like go that route.
That's true. That makes sense.
I do think that they're gonna work it out. I do think that they're gonna have some like
Nah.
Yeah, I think that they're gonna work it out. That's my prediction. But I don't think they should. Like, the way Molly is, like, I just don't think she's worth sticking around for. No. I wouldn't. Like, what are you here for when, like, there's no benefit?
I agree. She doesn't. Like you said, she is a genuinely self-centered person, so I don't understand what the purpose of trying to build a relationship. It would always be building a relationship around Molly. Because the way she is, it would take forever for her to unlearn like her behaviors. I feel like he feels like he's invested so much at this point that there's no point in investing further into the relationship because there's not like an equal return.
Yeah, I could see that. But we did get a end of the tunnel shining moment of her kind of realizing that she's fucking up at the end of the episode when she meets up with Issa. I feel that for her is kind of like, oh shit, I've been fucking up. Like, I've been super selfish. Because why would she meet up with Issa at the end if she doesn't self-realize that she's been fucking up?
Because she has nobody else. All she had was Andrew. Kelly's probably with Tiffany since those are the two that get along more in the group. So who does she have? She not gonna talk to her dad. She don't like that nigga either. So all she got left is the person she said, "Oh, I'm growing apart from."
It's possible that she's not learning. I mean, I don't think a show would show immediate like semi breakup and then show her like fixing things and not send a message of like, oh, she's on the path of doing better. But this show doesn't follow tropes until the end, so I don't know. It's possible that they did break up and she was like, I got nobody else, so let me reach out to Issa, which is fucked up. Which is very fucked up, but who knows?
That is true. I took it as oh yeah, like Andrew broke up with me because he told me all this selfish shit about me. So I feel like she was reflecting upon her and her recent relationships with other people, and she kind of noticed that, oh, I also did this with Issa, so let me have a conversation with her about it. That's how I saw that whole interaction. I don't think that she fixed her relationship with Andrew, but I think she's like, like, damn, I have been selfish, and the person I've been most selfish with is Issa. So, let me talk to her about it. So I think that's what happened.
I do.
Again, the bad thing about this is that you don't know how much time has passed either.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know how much time has passed for the most part. I do think she did realize after the whole Andrew thing that she has been being selfish that entire time, but realizing it and making a change are two completely different things. So I just wouldn't expect a change from her anytime soon. Maybe at some point next season, I guess. But I just don't see, at least maybe not that big of a change. I mean, even Issa, for the most, they're both self-centered individuals who just happen to be best friends. So how that worked in the first place, now that I think about it, I don't understand.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, any last thoughts, Giants?
Y'all want Condola to keep the baby?
Oh, she's keeping it already, so we know that she's keeping it.
I mean, she still has time to change her mind.
Nah,
Yeah,
she's keeping that baby.
Damn, poor Lawrence.
So what's the verdict? Issa and Lawrence gonna get through this or not?
I don't know, man.
Like I said, I think Issa's
really
reaction would be the typical reaction. So I don't think I don't think they're gonna get through it. No, you know what? They're gonna get through it, just not right away.
I agree. I don't think they're gonna get. I think the next season is gonna be like them taking some time apart, and then maybe like in 2 more seasons they get back together.
Nah, it's too much.
2 more seasons?
Nah, it's too much. I think that we're gonna see Lawrence living it up in San Fran, and I think the season's gonna open up with Condola maybe having a baby, or him going to go see the baby, or when she's in delivery or something like that.
Is Issa there?
No.
No,
Shit.
but is she with Lawrence?
No, she's not there. She's not part of his life. I do think they break up. Probably by the end of the season they'll probably get.
But
back
wait,
together
you're selling
again.
it like it's not a big deal. You're selling it like
It's not a big deal. It's not, but for Issa it is, and that we're talking about in the sense of the character and how the character is, and for Issa it was a big deal.
So how are you gonna find a point? How are you gonna bring up a point and then realize that also like it's a big deal?
I'm not saying it's a big deal. It's not a big deal. I'm saying in Issa's eyes, it was a big deal for her. I'm telling you that it isn't, and I was telling you there's no reason why she should have acted that way. But for her as a character, it is a big deal. So she's not going to be part of it.
It's
She's
like you
gonna leave.
It's like you can see it through the lens of somebody else, but then you're also like, it's still not a big deal though. Like,
Because I'm seeing it as her, how she took the information as, and for her it was a big deal. What I was telling you the whole fucking 30 minutes of this beginning of this podcast was there's no reason for her to have acted that way because it isn't a big deal.
Nah, man, it's just
but
a big
for her
deal.
as a character, it is. So she's not gonna be with him. He's gonna go to San Fran, and I think it's gonna open up with Condola having the, delivering the baby, and Lawrence going down for that moment, and then he probably ends up,
Well, you think this season is going to start with her having the baby?
Yeah, I think so.
Possible.
I think it's a great way to open up the season.
yeah, I think so too.
It's 9 months, or whatever, 8 months, and it's a good chunk of time to have passed.
True.
They could bring up the coronavirus. And who knows when they're gonna start filming it anyway? So it'll probably be a year. We'll probably skip a year of the show, maybe.
Again.
Yeah.
Makes
So yeah,
sense.
that's where I think is gonna go.
Yeah, I think she's gonna have a boy. Just if we could just play gender reveal, I think she'll have a boy. I never see babies casted as girls. Really, there's always boys, and they usually do twins.
Well, her friend had a girl.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I guess. Yes, nigga. It's not a guess. Yes, she had a fucking girl. What are you talking about? There's no guessing.
You know.
Alright.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Cool. All right. So you guys think Molly and Andrew are gonna get back?
Nah.
It if they're not back by the next season, they're not gonna get back together. Like I want them. I think they're gonna be endgame, but I don't know anymore. I'm a coin flip away. So 50-50.
Yeah.
Do better.
I don't think
Andrew.
they should get back together. Andrew's way better. Andrew deserves a lot better than Molly. Molly's like
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Andrew. I think he could do better for sure.
yeah. You think
Let's see
Nathan's
what
gonna
happens.
continue being in the season?
Who?
Nathan?
I think so.
Yeah, because she did say she was gonna have the event at his place.
And Nathan been
So
waiting for
we're
this
gonna have to
moment.
see that.
This is exactly what Nathan was waiting for. Are you crazy? You think that nigga going somewhere?
He got fucked up.
He was just talking
what
shit
shots-
about Lawrence. This nigga ain't going nowhere.
What shot would he throw at Lawrence? What shots would he throw?
Huh?
I knew he always W.
Right? Exactly.
No condom ass, right? Yo, you fucking with that no condom ass nigga?
Oh man, Nathan
Yo,
can't wait
Mike,
to get some of that.
How did you feel when he was apologizing for trashing Lawrence?
He full of shit. He's trying to get right back in the friend zone. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to talk shit about the nigga you love. My bad. Nigga. You knew what you was doing.
So you lost even more respect.
Yeah,
then.
yeah. At least if you gonna be an asshole, stand on being an asshole. Don't try to backtrack now. No, nigga. It's too late. You said this shit already.
That is true. All right. I think these are good final thoughts we had here, unless you guys got one more.
Nah, that's it.
Orlando?
2 minute ass baby on the way ass nigga. There you go. That's my. I was thinking about another roast. No condom ass nigga. 2 minute ass baby on the way.
All right, ladies and gents. Hope you enjoyed this discussion on the season finale of Insecure Season 4. Let us know what you think is going to happen next season. How did you like this season? Did you enjoy it? Let us know. We open to conversations. Till next time.
Outro.
Later, guys.